Steph Curry injured his ankle on Saturday's game against the Houston Rockets, the blowout that we all knew was going to happen. Even 100% of Rockets fans said they don't think they're going to win the series. I think
Is he okay?
I think it was 99.8. It looks like Curry is okay. He is questionable for tonight's game against the Houston Rockets, Game 2. I would be surprised if they play him. I think he's going to suit up. I think if it's the third quarter and they need him, but they don't. They shouldn't need Steph Curry against this Rockets team. No offense to Rockets fans. Jason, you always hate on the Rockets. Your team's trash this year, and you know it. My team is a million times worse. I'm not saying I'm in any different position.
That doesn't mean you can't rag on other teams.
It doesn't mean I can't rag on other teams, too. But so Steph Curry's ankle, he's questioned. We know Steph Curry's had ankle problems in the past. I think it's just a slight roll. I don't think this is anything to freak out about, sound the alarms about. Rest him. Don't play him this game.
Yeah.
It seems like the right thing to do. You can beat this team without him. You should be able to beat him comfortably without him.
I agree. And I think if most Golden State fans, if they were addressing Steve Kerr firsthand, it'd be like, just please don't play him because we want to save him for obviously when he's. And this isn't, again, you're walking a fine line because you don't want to insult their opponent. It's not as much insulting their opponent. It's just how deep this Warriors team are. And they can utilize that depth. They can bring it in. Barnes, and they can bring in players that are able to perform at the same magnitude against an opponent like the Rockets. Yes, you want Steph in there because it makes everyone else play better. It's not just, as I mentioned, when it was me and Hassan here, specifically against the Spurs, he showcased that it's not just drilling deep threes that he can contribute to. It's his driving to the lane, it's his opening of space, it's his assisting, and everyone plays better with that. But this Houston team cannot keep up with Golden State. And Golden State are in a good enough position to rest Steph Curry for the full game. I think they could rest him for the series until they move on to next. But again, that's just my thoughts. With the way that Clay's been playing, the way that Draymond Green's been playing all season, still doesn't get the credit that I think he deserves. Phenomenal player.
Oh, beautiful.
Fire. Too long.
It would be really funny if you just missed.
I know, just missed. But I think that you can. I think you've got such a strong, deep squad that. The worst thing you could happen is like with someone. This is the other thing I want to say. Finally, on Steph Curry, an ankle problem is something that is. I'm doing the whole John Kasich, like cutting of the fruit. This is.
Did you see the fruit ninja thing?
Yeah, that's why I'm stopping. It's so funny. Because when someone who moves the way Steph Curry does, an ankle problem could be an issue because he's so quick at cutting. And I don't care how high you make those basketball shoes and how stern you make the back of those shoes. When your ankle's weaker or vulnerable. When you're moving at that such those quick cuts, you want to just make sure that everything's 100% before you put him back in. Yeah. He's a certain type of player that you need to watch ankle injuries more than anything. That's just my thoughts on it because I think that he moves at an unbelievable speed in cutting. It's very similar to like Damian Lillard or Russell Westbrook with an ankle problem. He moves so quick.
He's had a history of ankle problems, injuries in the past. He can always buy Kevin Durant's shoes that go up to his freaking
Go up to his.
Now checking in for Stephen Curry and the Warriors. Derrick Rose. No! Oh my God, no. I think this is getting. By the way, we're overanalyzing as well, but everybody's overanalyzing this. It's a rolled ankle, light minor strain we're talking about. You play it safe though, because you don't want that re-aggravated all year. All playoffs long. That's not going to work out for you. You have a long way to go. And when you get to the Clippers, the Spurs, the Thunder, whoever you're playing in the second round, that's going to be a worry. Against the Rockets, it shouldn't be. You rest him. Unless you absolutely need him in the third or fourth quarter, or if you feel the need to play him, you play him 5 minutes so he gets a little bit of a workout in. Yeah. Right? Shaun Livingston's been pretty good as a backup point guard this year, too. That's all. We'll make it quick for you guys. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. For Stephen Curry and his ankle, should he play tonight versus the Houston Rockets? Should he play Game 3 against the Houston Rockets? Does he have to play Game 4 against the Houston
Rockets?
And then should he play Game 1 against whoever he's playing in the second round of the playoffs? Because if it's not a sweep, I'll be surprised. Again, you're just hating on the Rockets.
He tells me he hates Houston and the state of
Texas. Yeah. No, I like Texas. I just don't like Houston. Comment below.